Good evening, everyone. Welcome and thank you for being here. Thank you to those viewing remotely. I call to order this joint regular meeting of the Mayor and City Council and the Mayor and City Council acting as the successor agency to the redevelopment agency of the City of San Bernardino, the San Bernardino City Housing Authority, and as the San Bernardino Joint Powers Finance Authority at 5:03 p.m. Madam City Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Sanchez.
Here.
Councilmember Ibarra.
Present.
Mayor Pro Tem.
Here.
Councilmember Charette. Here. Councilmember Canas.
Here.
Councilmember Flores.
Present.
Councilmember Ortiz.
Here.
And Mayor Tran.
Here. Thank you. Before we conduct city business, as a friendly reminder, as the elected leaders of the city, we will endeavor to be respectful to each other, our public, and especially our staff. We also ask that you please observe proper decorum and do not speak out of turn, or please make comments from your seat. If you wish to address the Mayor and City Council, please be sure to submit a speaker slip. If you speak out of turn or disrupt the meeting, a warning may be given and or you will be asked to leave the meeting pursuant to Government Code Section 54957.9 and Penal Code 403. We will now move on to invocation and pledge. Pastor Lee Cole from Calvary Chapel will lead tonight's invocation. Please approach the podium at this time, and Daniel Mendoza, ASB President of King Middle School, will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Please all rise.
Well, good afternoon, Mayor Tran, council members, citizens. Welcome to this meeting. I always appreciate the opportunity to come and pray. Let's all bow in a word of prayer. Father in heaven, we come to you this afternoon. We're very thankful for your kindness. We thank you for the grace that you've shown us in Jesus Christ and every day of our lives. We ask, God, that for the city of San Bernardino and its leaders, we pray for wisdom. Father, won't you give them wisdom? Holy Spirit, come into this meeting and help it to be orderly and cause the citizens here to show respect to all. We ask, God, that the decisions that are made that impact us as citizens of this city and businesses, we pray, Lord, that each and every leader would be considerate of all of our needs. And we ask, God, that all the solutions and the challenges that come as a result that we face here in the city of San Bernardino, we pray for your wisdom and, again, your guidance. So we thank you, Lord, for the brave police officers, our firefighters, our first responders. We ask, God, that you would protect them and that you would guide and direct them. And Father, won't you lead and guide this meeting for your glory and your purpose to be accomplished here today. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Good evening. Please place your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic to which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Pastor Lee Cole, and thank you, David Mendoza. Mr. City Attorney, is there anything to report from closed session?
Yes, Mayor, thank you. Mayor and Council met in closed session to discuss two items. They are both listed on the agenda. The only reportable action is that there was a motion from Councilmember Ortiz, a second from Councilmember Charette, and a unanimous vote to approve initiating litigation. It's related to item B on the agenda. It's a receivership action. The details and circumstances of that case will be available to the public once the case is actually filed. That concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you. We will now move on to presentations. We have two tonight. First is the proclamation for National Library Card Sign-Up Literacy Month and celebrating Feltime Library's 40th anniversary in the city of San Bernardino, September 2025. We're going to present this to Ali Cisneros, City of San Bernardino Literacy Program Coordinator, Library Director Ed Erjavec, Library Board President Mr. James Pearson, and Library Board Member Danielle Sanchez. Can you please all come up to the stage? And Council, will you join me on stage with them? All right, we're balanced here? Okay. Okay, proclamation of the Mayor and City Council observing September 2025 as National Library Card Sign-Up Literacy Month and celebrating Feldheim Central Library's 40th anniversary in the city of San Bernardino. Whereas, in observance of September being National Library Card Sign-Up and Literacy Month celebrated nationally as One Card, Endless Possibilities by the American Library Association, patrons are encouraged to visit one or more of the 4 San Bernardino public libraries, either in person to sign up for a regular library card or virtually at www.sbpl.org to sign up for a digital library card to utilize online resources. And whereas Feldheim Central Library kicks off its year-long celebration of its 40th anniversary with a free event for the public Monday, September 29th from 4 to 7 p.m. And whereas whether people visit in person or virtually, libraries offer endless opportunities to transform lives through education and lifelong learning, serving people of every age, education level, ethnicity, and physical ability. And whereas San Bernardino Public Library offers literacy tutoring through the Jack L. Hill Lifelong Learning Center, providing services to adults, children, and families. Everyone's invited to participate in the many activities and events offered in the Learning Center, encouraging lifelong learning and developing workforce trainings and skills. And whereas our San Bernardino Public Library has served our community for 134 years, and if there's any city that can benefit from a free public library, it is here. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that the mayor and the city council of City of San Bernardino do hereby proclaim September 2025 as National Library Card Sign-Up and Literacy Month in the city of San Bernardino and join in celebrating the 40th anniversary of Feldheim Central Library. We encourage all residents to visit our public libraries, sign up for a library card, and take advantage of the countless opportunities for learning, personal growth, and community connection that our libraries provide. Presented this third day of September 2025. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yes, I just want to thank the council, the mayor, and the entire city and community for supporting us. We are so excited to celebrate our 40th anniversary, and we hope to see you all on the 29th.
Thank you. Any more comment?
Well, and thank you very much to the city for your support, and of course our city manager and the mayor and council for their support during the many years, especially some years that were quite lean. So we're glad to have better days so far. So we hope to see you at our anniversary event and anytime at our libraries. And thank you again.
Thank you, Ed. Thank you, Ed. All right, quick picture. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Okay, council, stay on the stage. We have one more proclamation. All right, the next proclamation recognizing California's 175th anniversary of statehood, September 9th, 2025, presented to the Native Sons of the Golden West, Arrowhead Parlor, number 110, President Kyle Carrynen. Jim Smith and Tim Prince, come on stage, please. How did you pronounce your last name?
Kerrigan.
Kerrigan.
Yeah.
Hey, Tim. And was that to Tim or? Let's go. All right. And we are all here. Proclamation of the Mayor and City Council recognizing September 9th, 2025 as California's 175th anniversary of statehood in the city of San Bernardino. Whereas on September 9th, 1850, California was admitted as the 31st state of the United States of America, marking the beginning of 175 years of progress, resilience, and cultural richness. And whereas the city of San Bernardino, founded in 1854, 4 years later, has been an integral part of California's history, contributing to its diversity, innovation, and community spirit. And whereas the Governor's Office of California encourages cities to join in commemorating this milestone in conjunction with America's upcoming 250th anniversary of independence through civic engagement, storytelling, and creative partnerships. And whereas the city further recognizes the native sons of the Golden West, Arrowhead Parlor 110, for their dedication to preserving California's history and heritage, and for their contributions to keeping alive the spirit of pride in our state's founding and progress. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Mayor and City Council of San Bernardino do hereby proclaim September 9th, 2025 as California's 175th anniversary of statehood in the city of San Bernardino, and encourage all residents to celebrate our history, participate in community events, and reflect on the many contributions that have made our state and our city strong. Presented this third day of September 2025. Would you like to say a few words?
Yes. Thank you, City Council. Thank you, Mayor, for allowing us to receive this proclamation here. Yeah, 175 years. There's a, it's honestly a great honor to speak. There's so many other people who want throughout history who would want to speak on 175 years, including our founder, A.M. Wen, who came from Pennsylvania. And, I just want to thank the City Council and thank you for allowing us to come on.
You're welcome. Big round of applause. A quick picture. Thank you, Council. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Council. We will now move on to appointments. Madam City Clerk, do we have any public comments on items 3 and 4?
No, we have no public comment for 3 and 4.
Thank you. If there are none, is there consensus from the City Council to take a single motion for 3 and 4?
I'd like to move to approve both.
There's a motion.
Mayor, I'd like to have them separate, or at least voice a no vote on one of them.
Okay.
I'll second
How do you wanna
to
do
vote on
that?
them separately.
So let's start with item number 3 then, if that's the will of the council.
Okay.
We'll start with item number 3. Is there a motion?
Move to approve.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Please vote on your.
I'd like to make a comment. I'm not going to be voting in favor of this particular person, not so much because of the person, but because of who he's replacing. Phil Savage was very instrumental with our charter review and charter review committee, and my no vote is really in favor of Phil Savage staying on the committee. I know that the council member certainly has their right to appoint anybody and replace anybody, but I will be voting no on this particular individual.
I just.
Thank you. Councilmember Ortiz?
Yeah, council member, he didn't apply to be on the committee. There was no, he didn't reapply to be on the committee any longer. Okay.
There's a motion and a second. Please vote on your digital screen. And Councilmember Charette, you could abstain if you don't want to vote, or.
Motion passes 6-1 with Councilmember Charette voting in opposition.
Thank you. Next items, item 4, is there a motion?
Move to approve?
Thank you. Is there a second? Thank you. Please vote on your digital screen.
Councilmember Sanchez? Okay. Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. Now is the presentation by Councilmember Ortiz. Council, would you like to join us?
Can I, James and Victoria?
Please raise your right hand and say aye and state your name. And when I finish reading the oath, then you can go ahead and say I do or yes. Okay. So.
I, Victoria Sanchez.
I, James Albert.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will support and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and that you will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California, and that you take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that you will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which you are about to enter?
I do.
Thank you.
All right, so first, just real quick, I want to thank you two so much for stepping in and volunteering. I don't know if you guys know, but our commissions are not paid. This is purely voluntarily out of the love of their heart for our community. And, you know, to Fred's point, I really appreciate you, James, stepping up into big shoes and everything that the charter truly does hold for the Constitution of the city of San Bernardino. And Ms. Victoria, who just your commitment to be a part of this city, to be a part of the future as you raise your children in our city and grow your family, it really means everything. And so thank you guys so much on behalf of the mayor and the city council for just being a part of our community and always putting it first. So thank you.
I just want to say thank you so much for the opportunity. I really look forward to serving our community in the city of San Bernardino, and so thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Just want to echo those words and also add that the former Charter Review Commissioner for the 7th Ward, Phil Savage, is definitely a guiding light and a mentor for me, so I just look forward to continue on his legacy and promote good governance in the city of San Bernardino. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Council. We will now move on to City Manager update. Mr. City Manager, would you like to proceed?
Yes, thank you, Mayor Tran and City Council members. I'm going to give a quick update for City Manager update. First, on August 23rd, as you are all aware, the ribbon was cut, making the opening of the new Mount Vernon Bridge, reconnecting the west side of San Bernardino after 5 years. The Marachis were playing. Supervisor Baca was leading the crowd and singing a rendition of Cruising. The Santa Fe steam whistle was blasting, classic car engines were revving, and everyone was cheering. This was an excellent event. We also have pictures on the second page. From everything I've heard from people that, from people around the community and people that I've met with on other issues, this was by far one of the biggest celebrations that San Bernardino has had. And so I think it's a wonderful celebration that was excellent for the community. The wait for ZEMU is over. On September 13th, passenger service will begin for ZEMU, the zero emissions multiple unit, making San Bernardino the first city in North America to operate a self-powered hydrogen zero emission passenger train. ZEMU has been in testing for the past year and will operate between San Bernardino and Redlands as part of the Aero line. We've had several grand openings in August. In August, 150 new companies doing business in San Bernardino obtained business licenses. Some of the grand openings that council members attended was Quick Quack opened its third San Bernardino car wash on 5th Street, making further redevelopment along the corridor. The Essential Barber Club opened on East Street, and the city celebrated the renovation of Guadalupe Field at Salvador Park. Futsal court at Lytle Creek Park to open September 9th. The city will be holding a ribbon cutting to celebrate the completion of San Bernardino's first futsal court on Tuesday, September 9th at 5 p.m. Futsal is a popular, fast-paced indoor version of soccer played by two teams of 5 players on a smaller court using a low-bounce ball. The project was approved by the City Council in September of 2024. The city is seeking input for baseline improvements. Safe Streets, for those that do or don't know here, Safe Streets and Roads for All is a pedestrian and all-around bike safety study that has the cities are eligible to do. Public Works is conducting the traffic study here of a 5-mile stretch of Baseline Street between Tippecanoe and Meridian. The study will help identify solutions such as traffic signals, crosswalks, and bike lanes to increase safety at key locations along the corridor and help pursue state and federal funding. This is part of what many call similar or adjacent to complete streets. Community input is essential to identify needs and solutions. Please visit the website with Baseline Street feedback to have your voice heard, or attend the Northwest PAC meeting on September 8th at 6 p.m. And then finally, the State of the City is set for October 14th. We're going to be coming out with publicity starting the end of this week and looking at sponsors. All the San Bernardino is invited to attend the State of the City, and we are planning on having it at the historic California Theater. This will be the first event at the California Theater since it closed to undergo a major renovation. The event will be free to attend, but registration will be required. More information is being announced this week and in the coming week. And with that, that's the end of my report for tonight.
Thank you, Mr. City Manager. Councilmember Ortiz, did you have a comment?
I did, thank you. And I believe I saw the link for the baseline improvements. Can we make sure that we're keeping that at the top feed of the Facebook so that can be shared out, as well as, because I mean, this is a big moment for us to be a part of that improvement. And then I also really want to echo how much I appreciate that the State of the City will be free this year, especially to our public to be able to attend. That really is meaningful. So thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember. Seeing no other comments, thank you, Mr. City Manager. Thank you, Councilmember. We now move on to public comments. At this time, public comments will be heard for items on the open session and items not on the agenda. To address the City Council, everyone must complete a speaker card and provide it to the City Clerk. Only those speaker cards turned into the City Clerk will be allowed to address the City Council. No late cards will be accepted. Each person should state their name for the record before beginning their comments. As your name is called, please line up in the order announced. We have 2 podiums available for your convenience. Please proceed to either one as soon as your name is called. Please note your name will only be called once. If you did not respond when called, you may forfeit your opportunity to speak. If you require Spanish interpretation, we do have an interpreter on site. Please raise your hand at this time to indicate that you need interpreting assistance. In addition, we do have interpreting listening devices available in the back. We also ask that you please observe proper decorum and do not speak out of turn or make comments from your seat. If you wish to address the mayor and city council, please be sure to submit a speaker slip. If you speak out of turn or disrupt the meeting, a warning may be given or you will be asked to leave the meeting pursuant to Government Code Section 54957.9 and Penal Code 403.
En este momento se escucharán los comentarios públicos para artículos de la agenda y artículos que no están en la agenda. Para dirigirse al Consejo Municipal, cada individuo debe completar una tarjeta de orador. Se debe de completar la tarjeta de orador y entregarla a la Secretaría Municipal en este momento. Solo aquellas tarjetas de orador entregadas a la Secretaría Municipal podrán dirigirse al Consejo Municipal. No se aceptarán tarjetas tardías. Cada persona debe indicar su nombre para el registro antes de comenzar sus comentarios. Al ser llamado, por favor, forme una fila en el orden anunciado. Disponemos de 2 podios para su comodidad. Diríjase a cualquiera de ellos tan pronto como se le llame su nombre. Si necesita interpretación en español, tenemos un intérprete presente. Por favor, levante la mano en este momento para indicar que requiere servicios. También tenemos aparatos disponibles para escuchar la Junta en español.
Thank you. Gracias. We have 23 speakers. Madam City Clerk, please call their names.
Al Palazzo, Mike Hartley, Christian Shaughnessy, Kim Calvin, Eric Marquez, Georgia L., Sharon Negrete, Joe Salas, Jim Smith, Ronika Galande, John Schollenberger.
Thank you. Each speaker will have 3 minutes. Please state your name.
Al Palazzo, Mayor, members of the City Council, City Manager, I want to thank you for meeting with me. You are a great listener. You gave me all the time I needed to cover the concepts I wanted to briefly mention. You mentioned that there is an opening for an economic development director. I told you I will apply. I have. I understand the application is not sent to the City Human Resources Department. So please give me the opportunity to be interviewed. The last time I applied for a job, the mayor and council members weren't aware that I applied for a job with this kind of process that we have. I will give you ideas that nobody else will give you. I will go in detail how we can bring shops to the downtown. I will explain the 12 support categories together with the 5 foundation concepts that we covered that are the 1,000 ideas I have to create economic opportunities, jobs for the residents of San Bernardino. I hope my education and training and vision, imagination and creativity will amaze you if you will just give me a chance to explain the ideas to rebuild San Bernardino. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
I'm Eric Marquez. I want to do this first. I don't think there's any rule against this, while also taking up my time. It was my birthday last meeting. None of you called. The only person out of all of you to call on my birthday is Fred last year. I mean, out of all the times he called me back, it was on my birthday. He said happy birthday, by the way. Not that any of you thought to ask right now. Really appreciate it. Not that you remembered this year, either. And I got an espresso machine, and I figured out how to use it to make hot chocolate with the espresso wand. It is perfect. Also, I filed a statement of intent. And my garden's still going well. I got yellow slipped because of all the weeds. Cleaned it up, didn't lose it. And skimming over the agenda today, honestly, there really wasn't anything of note that concerned me. at this time. I heard Chris is retiring. For some reason, I remember her as Christina. I still remember the first thing I told her when we met. I really appreciate everything you do. If I were in your position, I would have killed way more animals. I mean, I'm not qualified for that position of animal service. It is definitely not where I should be. And then there's her replacement. Was it the deputy director that replaced her? Yeah, she kind of seemed someone who just... Well, then again, I never really talked to her. I can't really comment on what she's done. Well, the committee's appointments today were nice. It's been a while since I've seen that. And I still applied to one. Well, I did this a long time ago. Who remembers if my application's still in the system? And I'm 23 now, after my birthday. Would have really appreciated a phone call or a happy birthday from any of you who knew, especially those who knew Fred. Okay, bye.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
Good evening to our honorable mayor, members of the council. My name is Christian Shaughnessy from the 2nd Ward. I've come here today to cordially request a yes vote on items 8 and 12. Item 8 would help apportion currently existing city property into surplus land, and that's something that I believe would help facilitate smart development in our city. It's something that our working families and small businesses could really appreciate. And then with regards to item 12, as somebody who's had to call 911, unfortunately, too many times at the workplace I have now because of domestic violence incidents or other acts of violence that threaten my clients, I just really want to show my appreciation to the brave men and women, the hard-working brave men and women of the San Bernardino Civilian Police Association. And I believe that this MOU is a good MOU. It's something for the taxpayers, and it's also something good for the workers themselves. So with that being the case, I urge a yes vote on that. And I'd also strongly encourage further consideration on the item for future discussion having to do with Ox-Bow. San Bernardino should not be seen as a dumping ground for other communities to put burnt warehouse debris by our working families. We can and must do better, and with the spirit of collaboration, we can go at it, achieve change, not just for Ox-Bow, but for many other things in our city. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
James Smith with the Native Sons of the Golden West. I just wanted to thank the City Council and the Mayor and all your council people for recognizing Admission Day. It's very special to Tim Prince, who's a former Grand Officer. I was actually the Grand President of our organization in 1981, and it's a tremendous organization preserving the history of California. I currently serve as the chairman of the Arts and Historical Preservation Commission, and I think it's very important that we keep the name of Second Park here in San Bernardino. I have a dear friend by the name of David Seckham, who has to be the grandson of the former mayor. And he is going to be joining the Native Sons, and I think it's important that he knows the whole story of what happened. And frankly, there's been misinterpretation. He is a very excellent person, and his grandfather was an excellent mayor here in the San Bernardino. So I wanted to, while I have a couple seconds left, I did want to commemorate the city on a wonderful celebration of the Mount Vernon Bridge. That was a great day for the city of San Bernardino. We had over 5,000 people there, and I think that was a red letter day for the city of San Bernardino. I want to thank the mayor and all the council people that were supporting that. Also, on a Friday, we preserved the Pony League Park on 8th and Mount Vernon. I think that's a tremendous to basically keep that alive. We're very fortunate at Arrowhead 110. We meet in the Enterprise Building, which is right across the street, and we are the youngest corps of officers in the state of California. We're the largest parlor in Southern California, and we're very proud of that. And so we'll be aggressively asking individuals to join our organization as we continue to preserve the wonderful state of California. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
John Schallenberger, 7th Ward, City of San Bernardino. Dr. Treasurer Ortiz, Mayor Tran, and Councilman Flores. I'd like to personally thank you again for attending the ribbon-cutting ceremony of the dedication of the mural at Campo Santo Cemetery this past Saturday. It meant a lot. It showed leadership. Your enthusiastic participation was evident to everybody. It's what true leadership is all about. So again, I wanted to thank you, and of course, Joe Baca Jr., if you're out there listening someplace, and Edwin Delgado, they were there too, and the fire department and everybody was out there just to show their support. Christian Mariscal is a genius, the man that did that art. And if any of you haven't seen this mural, please do so. It's beautiful and it's inspiring, because this is what we want to do in San Bernardino. We want to transform it through the beauty of art. Okay, now for the bad news. Fred, I attended a charter review committee meeting when Savage was on there before Treasurer got up here. You know what he said? And these meetings were recorded. He says, I don't understand why we even have these meetings or come up with any of these ideas, because none of this stuff is ever brought forward for any discussion of any kind. He says, I don't even know why we even have these committees at all. This charter committee. I'm not taking anything away from any of the appointees, that maybe they can, change the course or what have you. So to me, for you to say that about this is as genuine as a $3 bill. Okay, your opposition to this is nothing but political. So to me, it's irrelevant what you're saying based on what this man said. So you can just blow it out your bagpipes as far as I'm concerned. This is our business. This is our council person. So, and now, one more. Kim, only a friend will tell you about you. And I'm getting ready to tell you right now, okay? I encouraged you to run for council. I did, before you ever got up here, 2 years before that, okay? I was enthusiastic and certain that you would be a good fit. A lot of people were. Now you get up here and you're kowtowing to this one and this one over here. You are ruffling feathers in the community, and only a friend will tell you to your face, and I'm telling you now. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. It's up to the 5th Ward to get themselves up here and tell you about what they see and what they want and what they don't want. But I'm trying to help you. You better change course, love, because it's not going well.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
Mike Hartley. You will rarely hear me talk about homeless encampments, but tonight I am going to. We are having a problem at the Wash, and it's between Linwood and 40th. And these encampments have their tents right up against people's backyards. These people are being held hostage. They are scared to death of these people getting in their backyards. Now, San Bernardino PD has done their part. I've had a couple people arrested. These people are driving cars. They're dropping off supplies to the encampments. And Lieutenant Luna is doing everything he can on his side. Now, I have put Edwin Delgado on the spot, because we have got to get together and we have got to do something with the homeless encampments. Now, Marshall Boulevard, at the end of Marshall, is where all these people are dropping off supplies to these homeless people. That's got to stop. I don't care where you put them, but if they were in my backyard, I guarantee you I would become a vigilante real quick, because I wouldn't live like that. And these people are. And some of them are elderly. Some of them are very worried about the homeless encampments. So I just want to put everybody on the spot. Let's take care of it. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilwoman?
Just real quick, Mr. Hartley, I met with the city manager, as well as the city has signed the MOU with the county to be able to go into their jurisdiction. So this is fully on our radar, and we're addressing it as well as the 3215 on-ramp. So I appreciate your comment. I just want you to know it's on our radar as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
Ron Alvarado. Good evening, Mayor and Council. I'm Ron Alvarado from the 1st Ward. I'm here tonight to urge you to bring back to the discussion the Oxbow demolition debris that was carelessly dumped into one of our neighborhoods and has been ignored for far too long. Residents living around this site have reported health concerns, and it remains an eyesore. Its future should be a top priority for the person set to represent that community. We also see similar situations across our city, such as the burnt down remains of Casa Ramona in the 1st Ward, or the abandoned debris on 20th Street near the 210 freeway in the 6th Ward. These neglected items harm our neighborhoods, and residents deserve action, not silence. I want to thank the residents who have worked tirelessly to keep this issue alive and push to bring it back to the table for serious discussion. My hope is that this time it leads to real solutions and visible progress. Lastly, I want to take a moment to congratulate our police department on being awarded a grant from the Yuhaviatam of San Manuel Nation Tribe to help establish a fusion center for disaster response in the Inland Empire. Partnerships like these strengthen our region and should continue to be fostered and celebrated. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Sanchez?
Yes, I know that the old Casa Ramona campus was brought up, and for the people who didn't know, a couple years ago, Esther Estrada, a longtime former council member, in partnership with the city, was granted a nearly $1 million grant to remediate that land. So that land is being set up for senior affordable housing, and those projects take a while, but we're well in that direction of building that affordable housing for those seniors.
Thank you, Councilmember. Next speaker, please state your name.
My name is Alan Stanley, and my family and I own the Enterprise Building in downtown San Bernardino. First, I'd like to call attention to on September the 13th is going to be hosted at the Enterprise Building by the California Preservation Society, the one and only historic building in the city of San Bernardino that is on this tour. And that is September the 13th at the Enterprise Building, the Grand Tour 1927 Landmark Enterprise Building. It's a 2025 Doors Open California tour. So again, one place in the city of San Bernardino is being honored by that, and it is the Enterprise Building. It's free. Everybody is invited. Please come enjoy our great city and our awesome building. Two, I want to point out on behalf of Mr. Palazzo, who's been coming up here and sharing ideas with the City Council for years and years and years and years, who has decades of experience, a wealth of ideas, and has applied time and time again for positions and to at least be heard. He's made it known. I second. He should at least have an at-bat and be given the courtesy of an interview, if not a position, or at least a commission, and an opportunity to share his amazing ideas, which I've listened to many times. He's a truly outstanding guy with a lot to contribute. So I don't want to see the city miss that opportunity again. And I want to also thank our police chief and our police department who tirelessly come to our rescue here in downtown San Bernardino. It's not the safest place on earth, but because of the caliber of the police chief that we have and the service that our police department brings and the support that our city and our city council give the police department, they are available to come and protect us time and time again. We're so grateful for them. And it is not an overstatement to say without them, we would not be safe here in this city, and we would not be in this city. Safety first. They bring us safety. They make this city possible. So again, I thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. And finally, I want to thank the City Council for picking an outstanding city manager. Finally, we have one. We have a real one, a permanent one, a good man. I've met him. We're very impressed. We thank you for coming. I'll also remind the council, he's our CEO. He's in charge. He runs the city.
Thank you.
We respect that. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
Hi, Sharon Negretti. City Council, please open your eyes. The situation for animals in our city and across the country is getting worse. According to the nonprofit Shelter Animals Count, 5.8 million animals entered shelters in 2024. In just the first half of 2025, 2.8 million have already entered, with the year projected to surpass 2024. In 2019, 55% of shelter dogs were adopted or returned to their owners. By 2024, that dropped 50%, with 334,000 dogs euthanized nationwide. Locally, the San Bernardino shelter took in 12,000 per this nonprofit Shelter Animals Count, but come to find out it's more like 13,558 for 2024 to 25 right now for dogs and cats. That's around 6,779 in 2024. Only an estimated 15% were returned to their owners, one of the lowest rates in the nation. On top of that, only about 10% of dogs are spayed and neutered. From 2022 to now, the numbers have only increased, and it's getting worse every day. The shelter needs help. It needs new programs. They are short-staffed and need more employees. Please, please get them more employees. There are only 2 rescue coordinators. Those 2 have to process 500 dogs. That's impossible. They can't do it, and those ladies are going to get overwhelmed and quit, and then we're not going to have anybody. They need more rescue coordinators. They need volunteers. There's high school students that want to volunteer. There needs to be a program for them that we arrange through the schools and with the superintendent for these high school students to work off some hours that are in these programs that are steering them towards a career. I posted a post on Nextdoor for volunteers for the animal shelter. I got 50 responses and phone numbers, 50 people. I am also, some of these people need to be trained and cleared to help inside the shelter. Anyway, thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
Let's see, Joe Siles, 4th Ward. Thank you, City Council. I've lived in this community for about 4 years, and I have to say, probably a couple weeks ago at the Mount Vernon Bridge, this community came together. I was looking at the 4 things I'd like to talk about, and they're actually up there in our logo, the city of San Bernardino. And those 4 themes are culture, history, logistics, and commerce. They're all right there behind you guys. Audience, you can see them up there. And for those who were there, it was truly an amazing event. Last week, during the public comment, I talked about that San Bernardino needs more community wins, not wins in the 4th Ward, not 1st Ward, 2nd Ward, any ward that I leave out, no disrespect. We need wins for the entire city. Our city council, thank you very much. Mayor, other elected officials, who knew that Supervisor Baca could sing? That was pretty amazing. It was fun. And what brings people together? Classic cars, right? Who doesn't like a good classic car and a lowrider and some swing music, right? And then seeing the church go over and bless. I wish I knew the name of the church. They were blessing the bridge. Just fantastic. And thank you, Police Department, San Bernardino County Sheriffs, for keeping us safe. I don't know if there was any reports of anything, but I didn't see anything. I was right next to the stage. Just a real feel-good event. And when you get up here every 2 weeks, people give you messages to say things. So I want to talk real quick about, and this would probably fall into Councilwoman Ibarra's and Councilwoman Ortiz's district. It's right on the border of the 30th and Arrowhead. The residents there are in need of a left turn lane onto the northbound. A gentleman, I don't want to say his full name, but who works for Rick Company, I know he reports to the city engineer, thank you for bringing him out, was taking community surveys about having that because some of the residents there have had near misses, and we want to make sure all of our residents return home to their families when, especially they're, at the end of the night. And then also on Stephanie Liggins, thank you, Councilman Charette, and thank you, Councilwoman Ortiz, for coming out to Love Your Block grant up in Arrowhead Heights on David Way. We planted some trees in the community, so thank you, Economic Development, for that. And finally, I'd like to also thank, we have a pretty thriving farmers market. We get lots of visitors there. And maybe we have so many animals that need to be rescued within our community. It would be great if we can get some of our beautiful animals maybe up there to be rescued by some of our visitors to our farmers market. Just an easy way. City owns the event. And just to see more community boosts in there and other community departments like Economic Development, and I know PD's down there, keeping us safe along with some of the security, and just so members can know more about our community and all the services we provide. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
Frank Cobos, Lydia Savala, Benito Barrios, Ben Pratt, Keith Adams, Ivan Garcia, Stephanie Linfetzi, Karen Lehan, Timothy Prince, Alan Stanley, Zazette Scott, Hector Loera.
Thank you. Please state your name.
Frank Cobos, Second Ward. Good evening, City Council, council members. I just wanted to talk on something that was said last City Council meeting. It was stated by the City Manager, and it was a little bit concerning to me. I know that there's a recent incident that happened with ICE, where there was an individual whose car window was broken and he was shot at, and it's truly terrible that happened. And I'm sorry that happened to that individual. However, I don't think that we know all of the details on it, and to hear the city manager saying that we're not going to cooperate with ICE at all was pretty disturbing to hear. I mean, you consider the crime that goes on our city, and just to sit here smugly and say that you're not going to cooperate with ICE and hand over criminals that are in our community that are making it this way, I think is totally unfair to the people that live here in the city. And furthermore, I don't think that that's the solution. I mean, I lived in Mexico for 3 years as an adult, and I'll tell you what, the people in Mexico are fleeing their country because they allowed the same exact thing to happen. Their politicians were weak on crime, and the criminals took over their whole country now. I mean, if you look at the state of Mexico, it's basically ran by narco-terrorists. And I'm not saying that's exactly what's going to happen here in San Bernardino, but I think that it's a slippery slope to go down by not working with them. I think that you guys need to establish, maybe the whole council could do this. I think you guys need to establish guidelines to work with the feds to get these dangerous people out of our community. And I'm not just talking about Mexicans or El Salvadorians. I mean, I don't know if you guys remember, but when Afghanistan, when we pulled out of Afghanistan, we invited millions of people into this country unvetted. And I mean, who knows what kind of terrorists or other people that have ill aims could do in our community. So I think that you guys need to really reconsider that. Anyways, on to some problems in the second ward, Ms. Ibarra. I think that you guys really need to focus on the Highland Avenue and Arden exit, where you guys have 71 plots that are just sitting there rotting and have homeless encampments there. I think you guys need to take that money that you guys got from San Manuel and build a new off-ramp there, because it's not fair that the citizens of the city that live there in the second ward have to be subjected to that traffic. And it's insulting that you guys have police there giving people tickets because they're trying to avoid the traffic. I think that that's wrong. And again, I wish the city council would come together to clean up more crime. I mean, it's a shame that we can't go jogging in our own neighborhoods because it's so dangerous. I mean, I doubt any of you guys would stay here much long after dark. You know, you wouldn't walk very far down the street in your own city, which is a shame. But yeah, I hope you guys address those things. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
Hi, good evening. This is Ivan Garcia. I'm giving a comment on behalf of Mr. Luis Ojeda. Today I want to talk about great work the Code Enforcement Department and the Planning Department are doing in addressing concerns raised by some of city residents and business owners. We're beginning to see a positive shift in attitude from code enforcement officers, rather intimidating residents and business owners, are now focused on informing them and working with them whenever possible. This change is largely due to a new approach from management, which is giving clear and constructive direction to their teams. I believe it has also been very helpful that the Planning Department is teaming up with code enforcement. This collaboration allows them to explain to property owners whether their properties are suitable for a particular use. If a property is not suitable, the owner is presented with options along with an understanding of potential time and costs involved. This helps people make informed decisions and feel that the city is working with them, not against them. Thanks to this approach, some property owners have chosen to invest in bringing their properties into compliance, while others have decided to move on. I would also like to suggest integrating the Economic Development Department into the process to explore ways we can encourage more people to invest in our city. Additionally, I want to mention that I still plan to bring back the SB Food Fest now that we finally have a permanent city manager. I look forward to meeting with them to discuss this exciting opportunity. Thank you. This is from Luis Ojeda again. Thanks.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
My compliment, Lydia Savala, my compliments to the city and the organizers of the event for the Mount Vernon Bridge. There was an electricity in the air like as I have never seen, and it was a joy to see families with their children enjoying the morning. You would have thought they were crossing the Brooklyn Bridge, but it was our bridge, and it was very, very exciting. I'm very proud of how well, and moved by how well that event went. On another note, it may come to you as a surprise that when I first spoke before you, perhaps a couple of years ago, I never intended to speak more than once. And here I am 2 years later. And what evolved is that the numbers just didn't make sense to me. And there's what you think, there's what you know, and there's what you can prove. I knew those numbers were wrong, or at least not adequately reflecting the true situation in our city. So I had to prove that they were wrong, and I did. And the data shows that that your numbers have doubled over a period of 5 years, and your trajectory looks like this. With this being the year 2020, and this being 2025, you've gone from 5,000 to 10,000, excluding the other cities. We messed up in not using the mobile unit. That's been a huge mistake. And I kept hearing studies show, but the data shows that your policies and programs are not working. I do tire, I'm going off script here, I do tire of hearing more. How about less? How about fewer dogs? How about fewer cats? How about fewer animals by spaying and neutering and utilizing that $1.1 million vehicle and maybe even having it seen west of the 215 freeway? I also tire of hearing about the veterinary shortage. The Paw Mission, which sets up camp and has been setting up camp on the city premises for about 2 years, currently has 2 full-time veterinarians and an army of per diem vets, 8 or 9. They have altered over 5,000 animals this year already, and sometimes they alter as many as 40 animals a day. The Animal Action League mobile unit alters 5,000 animals a year. If you put that mobile unit out there, you can eliminate your problem. That is really the solution, not more building. I mean, yeah, of course, more kennels would help, but it's not more. And you have a fiscal responsibility. I don't care whether you like animals or dislike them. I'm asking you to govern and make the right decisions for our community.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name. Press the button.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. One moment. My name is Ranika Galande. I am a long-term resident of San Bernardino for 41 years. I'm here today to raise concerns about the Motel 6, which is located in Ward 6, near Cal State University, which was recently converted into a recuperative care facility. As a result, the area has now become a magnet for mentally ill, drug-addicted homeless, prostitutes, drug dealers, and other criminals. Prior to the permit being issued, I raised concerns about the nonprofit who's running it, their CEO. He is the founder of Illumination Foundation. This foundation had opened up a recuperative care facility in Long Beach at a motel called La Mesa. That particular hotel had 14 deaths, 8 CL lawsuits, sexual assaults by staff, retaliation against employees who complained, just to name a few. In addition, the average time in a recuperative care facility is 15 days, at which people are sent back to the street. In addition, the people there are not required to take their medication and can come as they go. This is not a recuperative care facility. It's merely a shelter where nonprofits are taking advantage of those in need. Knowing all of this, I was surprised that the CEO is now bringing his program to San Bernardino, but under a different name. Last month, I drove to Long Beach to meet with him and the board members of the organization who are running this business out of the motel. During that meeting, I asked him, why did you choose to bring your business to the Motel 6 near the university? I was curious to know why. This is the area, is the gateway to Cal State University corridor. Why that location? The CEO shared some startling news. He said, your mayor, Mayor Tran, along with a council person, drove us all around the city of San Bernardino to see many motels. They were all dumps with ceilings falling down, etc. The Motel 6 near University was the best one for us. I then said, so Mayor Tran supports this? He said yes. I was shocked to find out that you, Mayor Tran, not only support this business, but had driven him around the city looking for the perfect location for his business without even considering the damage that it would do to our city, your own neighborhood. I would love to know your reasoning behind this. How many more businesses have you secretly welcomed into our city that are now damaging our communities? Another thing which is interesting to know, they focus on transitioning people into permanent housing, of which they only have an 18% success rate. He mentioned that 366 people from Long Beach, of which 100 of them are now living in San Bernardino. So he admitted that the homeless people in San Bernardino are not able to take advantage of housing opportunities because they are being used for residents that are from Long Beach. So please, Mayor Tran, can you please share with me what your rationale was behind this? I know we deserve transparency. So that being said, we need to focus our attention on our priorities, not bringing back Oxbow. It's been there for 5 years. All these things are an attempt to divert attention away from the real issues which concern residents, which is our safety and well-being.
Thank you. To correct the record, I never met the CEO or this organization, and that's something that I was planning to do with staff. So we will be looking into that. Thank you for the concern. Next speaker. Turn on the mic, please. Thank you.
There? Okay. Sorry. Good evening, Mayor, Council, and community. I am Shazette. I am with Family Assistance Program. Our office is on 2155 East Highland near Golden. We have a youth drop-in center for homeless youth. We have an anti-human trafficking program. I'm the program director for that program. We help domestic violence survivor services, reentry, and justice impacted neighbors here in our community. I am also the host of the local podcast and radio show, Working in the Margins with a Z, here in town at KCAA in the studios of Teamsters Local 1932. I talk about important issues facing our community and our marginalized neighbors. I come to share that September is National Suicide Prevention Awareness Month. September is a time to remember the lives lost to suicide and people who are living with depression. In the United States, it's a leading cause of death and is an important topic to discuss with loved ones. Take time to raise awareness about mental health by sharing resources with your loved ones and your colleagues this month. It's also a great time to share inspirational stories of hope. The number to call here in California is 988. That's the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. Again, that's 988. On their website, it says, we understand that life's challenges can sometimes be difficult. We all, right now, whether you're facing mental health challenges, emotional distress, alcohol or drug concerns, or just need someone to talk to, our caring counselors are here for you. You are not alone. That's on the 988 website. So usually when I talk to folks in on my show, I always have an action. I like to give information, then I want you to have an action. So my action for everybody today is to look at the person closest to you and say, if you need me, I'll take your call. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
Hi, good evening. My name is Stephanie Linfesti, and I am a volunteer at the San Bernardino City Shelter. I'm very involved in transporting animals for rescues. I also network pets on the euthanasia list and even run adoption awareness screens in 6 locations here in Redlands and San Bernardino that show QR codes so that when people look at the TV screens, they can do a direct adoption from the TV screen. Because I spend so much time at the shelter, I've seen firsthand the challenges that rescues, staff, and animals face every day. Many rescues have stopped working with San Bernardino because communication is difficult and they often feel unsupported. I believe we can change that with transparency, teamwork, and accountability. Here are a few solutions. Streamlined communication. Instead of endless emails, give staff access to electronic tablets so rescues and volunteers always have up-to-date information on animals. Clear, real-time updates will save lives. Rescue partnership support. Our rescue coordinator works tirelessly, but rescues are overwhelmed and running on limited donations. If we reduce the euthanasia deadline lists from daily to weekly, rescues would have more time to arrange fosters and transport, saving more animals without adding strain on the staff. Veterinary care. With only part-time vets, animals often aren't properly assessed. A full-time vet is crucial, not only for spay-neuter surgeries, but for accurate medical information that rescues need to make quick, life-saving decisions. Community solutions. The shelters have a mobile unit. Let's use it weekly to provide vaccines and microchips in the neighborhoods where people cannot or do not bring pets in themselves. Education on spay, neuter, and responsible pet care, combined with accountability for backyard breeding and licensing, will reduce the constant flow of animals entering our shelter. Right now, there's over 400 dogs in the San Bernardino City Shelter. Citizen involvement. A citizen advisory committee would give the public a voice, bring forward community ideas, and build trust between the city, the shelter, and its residents. I know there's a lot of community members that would like to be a part of a citizen advisory board. Right now, rescues are working around the clock while the shelter struggles with overcrowding, disease, outbreaks, and too many dogs in each kennel. Euthanasia has become the default response, but it doesn't have to be. With transparency, outreach, and true collaboration, we can save more lives and reduce the burden on the shelter.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
Good afternoon. My name is Kentrell Adams, not Keith Adams, just to clarify. Okay. Good afternoon, Councilman and Mayor. I would like to thank God for ordering my steps in His will and in His way today. It's truly a blessing to stand before you guys blessed and free. I would like to say on August the 16th, I was pulled from my hotel room, handcuffed and assaulted by San Bernardino police. Despite complying with every order, my wrists were injured, my head was slammed against the patrol car, and when I asked about body camera, I saw no red light and got no answer. Only after that abuse did I speak out in anger. Because of the allegations against me and my vocal proclamation that night, telling officers I was coming for their badges, my life was put in jeopardy twice before I was even able to post bond. I believe the officers' actions including what I see as inflated charges or retaliation for me standing up to their misconduct. That night, I asked 3 simple questions while being arrested. What is your badge number? The officer did not comply. I asked him, who is your supervisor? He did not comply. I asked him, am I being arrested or detained? He gave no answer. Instead, the officer turned the patrol car music up loud to drown out my voice. That is not procedure. That is abuse of power. Later, he even appeared to place another device in the window, but I still don't know if anything was recorded because he never responded about the body camera footage. I am not a criminal. My record is spotless, and now I must fight to keep it that way and trust a justice system that was never designed to protect us as people of color, let alone a black man. While incarcerated for the first time, I was placed in GP or general population. I don't know that. I don't know the politics. I don't know, the prison rules or the jail rules, okay? So within 24 hours, my life was put in jeopardy twice. Thank God I was able to post bail on Sunday. I support my local community. In fact, after this meeting, I'm headed straight to football practice to coach the kids in the city. But while I try to do right by my community, I was denied my rights even when I tried to access my preliminary hearing files. I was given the runarounds and blocked. Citizens should not be shut out from knowing what their accusers are saying about them. This is bigger than me. If officers can use excessive force, retaliate against citizens, deny basic rights, and hide the record of their actions, then no one in the city is safe. Authority without accountability is abuse. And I stand here demanding accountability and transparency and equal protection for every citizen of San Bernardino. If the police can silence me, they can silence anyone. The question is, how long will this misconduct continue? Mayor Tran, I pray and I ask that you order the release of the footage related to the incident.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
Good evening. My name is Karen Lehman. I live in San Bernardino. I work in Redlands in pet supply. With the change of leadership at the animal shelter, I think you have a new opportunity to do amazing things, to have the community step up to help. As Stephanie mentioned, a citizen volunteer committee or something of that nature would be a lovely idea. The allocation of resources for the spay-neuter bus and vaccine clinics are highly underutilized. In a community as big as San Bernardino, with the numbers as large as San Bernardino has of unspayed females and unneutered males and backyard breeders just dropping dogs like rain, there needs to be better laws. There needs to be better communication. There needs to be a better pathway to low-cost vaccines, low-cost spay-neuter, and hitting feral colonies in addition to taking care of breeders. The basic pet owner is not your problem. It is the feral colonies and the breeders who are just breeding and dumping dogs. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
Good evening, Mayor, City Council. Thank you, Mayor, and her great staff for recognizing the great state of California's birthday and the history of this city, which Arrowhead Parlor 110 is a big part of, founded only 5 years after we were incorporated. Also, thank you for, as a member of the San Bernardino City Library Foundation, thank you for recognizing City Library and Library Card Day, and the 40th anniversary of the great Feldheim Library. We are so lucky to have that facility. I'm a little distressed by some of the police brutality comments that have been made. I don't think any of us are proud of federal agents without warrants breaking windows on people who are nonviolent, men getting thrown against police cars. As our society marches forward, it seems like some law enforcement is getting more and more brutal, and there's less efforts to build bridges and talk. I'm glad our chief expresses the faith in community policing and proactive policing, because that builds relationships. Proposition 50 is a very important issue for the state of California, because we're all proud of our state and we all want our state to be represented, and the political makeup of our state does favor one party, and that party is being robbed 5 seats from Texas, who is doing an unprecedented act of stealing 5 seats during the middle of a census cycle. Nobody's ever done that before, and that's the only reason that California is trying to replace those 5 seats. So fair is fair, and you fight fire with fire. As to some of the city issues, I was here several months ago, and some of you on the council expressed great surprise. The city manager even expressed surprise that the Charter Review Commission had been deactivated by the city manager. Well, nothing's happened since then. Everybody was surprised, everybody was upset, and no meeting has been called. So I'm glad we have a new city manager, and I'm sure he knows the need to periodically review the city charter for improvement. Our government is not functioning optimally. We are not accomplishing anything. I am one of the remaining few lawyers downtown. I've practiced law here for 35 years. I used to sit at a lunch table at Harris's with judges and lawyers. Great, great pride in the county seat. Now you can't find anybody around. All the law firms have left. The building next to me burned down and just sits there vacant, another vacant lot. At night, sometimes I work a little late as a lawyer, there's blocks of streetlights that have been out for years. Mr. City Manager, please, we not only need that fixed right away, but if it can't be fixed, we need regular reports of what's going on.
Thank you.
40 acres vacant, City Hall
Thank
closed. 4 years is a long time, and we need results.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
My name is Benjamin Pratt, Vice President, IBW Local 477, and a delegate to the Building Trades Council. I'm also a commissioner here in the San Bernardino. I'm proud to do that. Good evening, Mayor and Council. I come to you tonight to discuss solutions for long-term change, which can help to break the cycles of poverty and homelessness in our city. The IBW and Building Trades are committed to working with the city by providing apprenticeship opportunities for local students, community members, veterans, and formerly incarcerated individuals. These Earn While You Learn apprenticeships can result in 6-figure careers with top-shelf benefits and 0 student debt. But we need a partner. Apprenticeships can only recruit on an as-needed basis. We propose that the city enter into a community workforce agreement with the Building Trades. Through this agreement, we can implement strong local hire standards which ensure that money earned here stays here and is reinvested in the local economy. When parents are able to work where they live, the family union is strengthened, and when San Bernardino is rebuilt by its own people, community pride is the result. I would also like to point out that San Bernardino already has programs in place to incentivize local business, and we can use this agreement to strengthen these provisions. And last but not least, for any of this to work, we have to build things. Let's move forward with a united vision for San Bernardino that will attract responsible investors and developers who share our values and who will be willing to hold themselves to the highest standards. An example of that would be in the city of Fullerton. The last shop that I worked for, before I became an office guy, was Gregg Electric, and we worked on Orangethorpe Avenue, where we had to do multiple street crossings. We were not allowed to patch those crossings. We were responsible for installing permanent pavement for the entire block, because that is a standard that was set in the city of Fullerton that the developer was forced to abide by. We deserve no less here. I believe that together we can make the American dream attainable right here in San Bernardino, and it's time for us to take back our narrative. I look forward to speaking with anybody who has questions. IBW 477 has been in San Bernardino since 1906. We're not going anywhere. We've always had the same phone number. I mean, not since 1906. But I look forward to talking with all you guys and trying to find some real tangible solutions. I know that a workforce agreement and the building trades are a sliver of the big piece of the big pie, that has to be satisfied here. But it's tangible, it's real, and we can do it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
Good evening, Mayor, Tran, and Council. Kimberly Calvin here. And we can all hear the frustration of all the community members as we all continue to come back down here every first and third Wednesday and every special meeting that you all call. But I want to bring your attention to the discussion item number 15. It says to review and consider the selection of a consultant for strategic planning, goal setting, team building session involving the city manager, mayor, city council. This will affect all wards. It is recommended that the mayor and city council of the city of San Bernardino, California, review and consider the selection of a professional consultant or city manager as the facilitator to lead strategic planning, goal setting, and team building session involving the city manager, mayor, and city council. So, being a former council member who sat through several of these, I'd like to ask all of you former council members and all of you new council members, what will it change hiring a new consultant when we have never fully delivered what the last consultants that we paid for, utilizing city coffers to create a plan of action for us? I believe Councilmember Theodore Sanchez would say, oh, that plan belonged to that city manager who was here before, and so would Fred. He would definitely echo that because they do that in tandem all the time. But where are the results? What was the plan? Was it executed? Did that consultant bring forward what we needed them to bring forward so that we as a council, you as a council now, will be able to deliver utilizing the city's coffers? No, because you don't want to utilize the information that is given to us that we pay for with the city's money. You just want to create a new plan with each new city manager that we hire about on an average every year. Spending more and more money that belongs to the city, that should stay in the city, but yet new city managers are able to take that money back to their city. Because they never fully move here and live here as part of the contracts. I'm not sure what is listed in Mr. Eric's contract about whether or not he's supposed to be living or will be moving to the city of San Bernardino, but we know that Charles Montoya was given a very hefty fee to move to the city of San Bernardino from Arizona and never did. So again, I'm asking you to be transparent with the city of San Bernardino's constituents, since you find it so easily to spend their money so frivolously and hold no one accountable for what it is that you are planning to build. Team building, goal setting, strategic planning. How many of these are we going to go through before we actually execute a plan of which you are spending our money every single time? Hold yourselves accountable, because we're going to stay right here to make sure and compare with the last strategic planning that you paid for that you did nothing with. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
I'm Hector Loera. Good evening, fellow members of San Bernardino. Today, I want to talk about unity. There is power in working together. I want to invite every one of us here today to create organizations so that we could work together. I hope that we could create our own community council meetings so that we could speak together and hopefully make solutions for everything that you want to address, everything that you want to change in your community. If you really want change, then let's make it happen. Every single one of us, we have power. Let us use the power that we have today. Thank you. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Please state your name.
former city council member of the Second Ward, Benito Barrios. Hello, Mayor, council members, City of San Bernardino. I come here to express my joy and as far as the experience in opening the Mount Vernon Bridge. You know, it was a great day, and I got there a little early just to kind of see what was going on. And I'll tell you the truth, I didn't know it was going to be such a big event. I know it was a big deal, but I didn't know it was going to be that big of an event. And saw a lot of familiar faces, got to talk with a lot of community, some of the business owners that were there, and it was a great day, great day. And the common theme everybody felt was community, that we came together that day, and it was a big win for the city, especially for the morale out there. And but I did want to talk about when this all started, when I was on city council. Virginia Marquez, the unsung hero, I call her for pushing this I guess getting money together, the funds together to push this project forward to make it happen. She kind of kicked the ball off got the ball rolling on that, and also invited those people that came and blessed the bridge as well. So shout out to her. Semper Fi to the Marines that are in the audience and those that are listening. As the Junior Vice Commandant of the Marine Corps League, Detachment 1459 out of Redlands for Corporal Allen, I want to invite all Marine active and veterans and all other veterans of all of the branches to come celebrate the 250th birthday for the Marine Corps. It'll be held here in San Bernardino at the Doubletree on November 8th. Tickets are on sale now. I guess I should give you a number to contact, but they're on sale for only $65 or $75, somewhere around there. And you can call me. My number is 951-204-7625. Give me a call if you need a ticket. And we invite you guys all. I want to invite the city council and the mayor to not only come yourself, but bring a veteran with you. Go find Marines somewhere in the city. I know they're there. Sometimes they're quiet. You don't even know that they're veterans unless you ask. And find somebody. Or anybody out there listening, go find that old uncle, that your tío, your grandfather, your brother, your neighbor, that you know they're Marines, and say, hey, listen, are you going to the Marine Corps birthday, the 250th? And let's make sure we get them there. For those that are not Marines, the Marine Corps birthday is such a huge, huge event, and getting them there would be great. And last but not least, I want to let everybody know that I'm going to attempt to come back and become part of the council again, and I'll be running for the second ward in June of 2026. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
Okay, Dolores Armstead. First of all, Mount Vernon Bridge, fantastic, looks good. Now, if we can just get lights on Baseline and Highland bridges, that would be really, really wonderful. It'd be nice to have lights there too. I didn't get to speak on some things last time because you cut the time short, so I'm going to go over some things I was going to talk about. Dr. Ortiz litigation. There would be no issue if this council would find their balls and acknowledge the truth about your illegal search ordered by Valdivia and Penman. All of you are an embarrassment. You know, you're really an embarrassment to have this happen. We shouldn't have to go there. Oxbow. Finally, Oxbow is supposed to go on the agenda for a future hearing. Sadly, is being brought up by Dr. Ortiz, not the 5th Ward council person. You should be ashamed. Instead of collaborating and working with Council Member Ortiz to clean up this death pile, you are one of the council members fighting Council Member Ortiz. You know about Oxbow, you live there, and you do nothing. Tran got you in office, but what are you doing now? No plan, Tran, giving you directions? City Hall. What is the status? We want a city hall. We are wasting funds having city offices scattered throughout the city. How can you be proud to be the seat of the county and not have a city hall? Again, you should be embarrassed, but you guys don't give a damn. Look at the cities around us. They're all progressing. We are the seat of the county, and we look like a dump. No restaurants downtown, no shops. We can and should do better. You are the council. Several of you have been here too long, and nothing to show. Nothing to show. We were again recently recognized as one of the dirtiest and unlivable cities. Are you proud of that? This is like the fourth, fifth time we got recognized at that, and nothing has happened because of you. People, you voted for this. The saga of San Bernardino continues. People, we deserve better. Remember, at the next election, it is time for a change, because this is ridiculous. We continue. We deserve better. We are better, but not with the majority of this council. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Sanchez?
Yeah, I just want to note the council's past actions on Oxbow. The first one, February 1st of 2023, council moved to have staff bring back an item to address the Oxbow concrete pile. And then on February 4th of 2023, the council voted unanimously to have the Oxbow concrete pile addressed. And then it never came back. But we're going to get that addressed.
Thank you. We would now, is that all of the public comments, Madam City Clerk?
Yes, that concludes the speakers, and we have received written comments, which have been distributed to the mayor and members of the city council for their review. These comments can also be found on our website attached to the agenda packet.
Thank you. Mr. City Attorney, was there a concern about a public comment being made on
yes,
behalf of another person?
Yes, Mayor, I wanted to educate the public that the public comment time is time for your comments. You're not allowed to give somebody else's comments. There's an exception, of course, if you need translation assistance. You can have someone there, to help you give your comments. But you're not allowed to give somebody else's comments if they're not physically present. But you can always submit a written comment. And like the clerk just read into the record, it will be shared with the council. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for that clarification. We will now move on to the consent calendar, items 5 to 14. Mr. City Manager, is there any items that needs to be pulled at this time?
Item 13 and item 16 are being pulled from the agenda.
Thank you. That said, 13 and 16 is pulled by the City Manager. Councilmember Ibarra, do you have any items?
No pulls.
Thank you. Councilmember Canaz?
No pulls.
Thank you. Councilmember Sanchez?
No pulls.
Thank you. Councilmember Ortiz?
No, Mayor.
Thank you. Mayor Pro Tem? Thank you. Councilmember Flores?
None.
Thank you. Councilmember Charette?
No, move the consent calendar.
Thank you for the motion. Thank you for the second. Please vote on your digital screen.
Councilmember Ibarra, I can take your voice vote.
Move to approve.
Okay. Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. Thank you, Council. We will now move on to discussion. Item 15, review and consider the selection of a consultant for the strategic planning, goal setting, and team building session involving the city manager, mayor, and city council. Councilmember Sanchez?
Yes, can you hear me? Yes, I think that city staff would be better equipped to picking a consultant, because they would have the ability to do a full vetting, interviews, discussions, follow-ups, and then pick someone. And I think we need, in order for this strategic planning to be successful, it needs to be someone that the city manager and city staff feel very comfortable with. So I'd move to defer this decision to the city manager and his staff, and to then authorize the city manager to execute that agreement, and then set up the strategic planning sessions as soon as possible.
Thank you, Councilmember. Good comments. Councilmember Ortiz?
I echo Councilmember Sanchez. I just want to give you the feedback that I've received from residents. Is the only concern was expending funds out of state to out-of-state consultants, and to try and look to make sure that we are investing into local businesses in the Inland Empire and surrounding areas. But I agree. I think you guys, as Councilwoman Calvin pointed out, this is something that we do often, about every 2 years with a cycle. So I want it to be fruitful and timely, so I second.
Thank you, Councilmember. There's a motion second. Any further comments? Councilmember Charette, did you have a comment?
No.
Okay, there's a motion second. Can we just
sorry.
go ahead and vote on your digital screen?
My voice vote is yes.
Okay.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. Thank you, Council. Now we will move on to items to be considered for future meetings. Item 17, discussion on the abatement and cleanup for the Oxbow project to be brought back to Council at a regularly scheduled meeting within the next 60 days. Councilmember Ortiz.
Yep, just move to approve if you've already asked for it to come back.
I'll second.
Thank you.
I did just have
Yes,
a comment.
Councilmember Canas.
Someone had mentioned collaboration. I just want to encourage you, Councilmember Ortiz, because you've never reached out to me, the actual representative of the ward of Oxbow, and I have been working quite diligently on the Oxbow. I started this with interim city manager Bill Gallardo. There have been some actions that have already been taken, such as a toxicology report that was commissioned by the city, and then me and our current permanent city manager have been working as well. So there are some things that we have discussed and that have been put in motion that aren't in your item, and that's the only thing that I do have concern with. I don't want the city to shift what we have been working on currently. Additionally,
Please show some
speaking
respect.
of collaboration and the spirit of wanting to work together, again, I encourage you to reach out. We do have a permanent city manager now. I know that you are not in favor of moving forward with a permanent city manager and avoided, but I would like to be able to allow our city manager to do their job. This was actually scheduled to come back as a regular agenda item, not a proposed agenda item. So, I mean, this really doesn't have effect, but at the same time, it doesn't really encompass everything that has been worked on and that really needs to be addressed. There's been a lot of fanfare and misinformation that has been provided. I know you did this a couple council meetings ago when you put a state assemblyman on the agenda and you made the claim that he was in an agreement with a local nonprofit, but you failed to reach out to him or his staff. Likewise, and similarly, if you would have reached out to me or city staff, you would have been informed about some of the things that have taken place. We have even just as of recently had a former planning commissioner come right there to that podium and make the salacious claim of how many more people have to die. It's claims like that and fear-mongering that we really have to unfortunately dispel, and we have to be able to do what is actually best and most healthy for the residents of the 5th Ward, me included. As you mentioned, I live in that ward. I actually live right down the street. I'm raising my children in that ward. I know Mayor Tran, you live in that ward as well. So we also have concerns and want to be able to handle this in a way that is respectful of all of the community. This isn't a time for political posturing. This is a time where we do truly need to work together for the benefit of the city and move this forward in a direction that really does satisfy all the elements. What you have proposed, again, does not do that.
Substitute motion.
Wait, time out, hang on.
Council, okay, Councilmember Ortiz.
So this is to bring back a discussion to abate, and I know you just showed up to the conversation as you got elected, but this has been.
Actually, no, again, I live in that ward.
I have been.
This is not
a part-
debatable. I'd like to make a substitute
Sorry,
motion.
I've been a part of this conversation since they actually dumped it in 2021. And when we sat with Bill Gallardo, who was here, it was told to us it would be back in March. Then it was said it was coming back in May. Then it was saying it was being back in June. So I have consistently carried on my conversations with the city manager. And so whatever new reports have come out, whatever new information, this is setting a time frame for us to all be at the table. And 5th Ward residents have reached out. My residents, this is a city issue. And it's important that we address this because it has been an eyesore and a dump for 4 years. So bring everything back. Make sure that everything is at the table, but just keep
Substitute motion, please.
That's exactly what my proposal
brief,
is, to discuss the abatement and cleanup within 60 days. What part are we missing?
This is not debatable.
Okay, let's keep the comments brief,
substitute motion.
please. Let's keep it brief.
If you don't want to clean up the Oxbow, then just say that.
That's
Council,
not fair.
there's a motion.
Substitute motion, Mayor.
Order. There's a motion, a second. Let's take that. This is not.
No, I'm
like,
substituting the motion.
Okay.
I've got a
It's up or
substitute
down.
motion.
Okay.
It's up or down.
I've got a substitute
There's a
motion.
motion and a second. We need to take action.
No, you don't. Proper would be a substitute motion
Okay,
takes
there's a
precedence.
substitute motion, and is there a second to that? But what is your
Well, I
substitute
gotta make the
motion?
motion.
Yes, please.
The motion is that we deny this item. It's coming back in October at any rate. It's already been given direction. This item, as I understand it, is coming back from the city management in October, and this is an item that is not necessary at all. I therefore move that we deny this item.
Move to deny, second.
Okay, there's a substitute motion to deny, but you could have just voted no. Okay, it's okay. There's a second. Let's
Mr. City Manager,
let's
is
just
this
take
item coming back
action.
in October?
Madam City Clerk, please call for
She
the
has a
votes.
Just to
There's
clarify.
a question, a clarifying question.
There's too many mics on, please.
I'm already coming back to us in October,
Yeah, we're anticipating coming back in October.
so we don't need to vote on this.
Wait, are we guaranteeing
This
it's
already.
coming back within 60 days, or is it just, it could come, because I've heard this for 9 months. So that's why I want to make sure there's a time frame.
Right, I understand. I understand.
Can we just take the vote
So
so
are
we
you
can move?
guaranteeing this is coming back in October?
The plan is to bring it back in
No,
October.
not the plan, is the guarantee within 60 days is coming back? Because that's either a yes or a no.
Council member, please.
Well, I just want,
Yeah,
because I want
understood.
to make sure, if you're saying this is coming back in October and this is a moot point, then that's a different thing than saying this could be November, December. I want to make sure.
My plan is to bring it back in October. My plan is to bring it back in October.
Thank you. So let's just call for the votes on the substitute motion is to deny the action.
Sorry, so the substitute was from Councilmember Charette and then a second by Councilmember Sanchez? Okay, I can open the digital voting. No, I need to change the motion, the first and the second. Do you see the option to vote on your screen?
Please use your digital screen, yes or no, to move forward with the substitute motion by Councilmember Charette, seconded by Councilmember Sanchez, to deny this, moving forward with this item.
And continue with the schedule.
Councilmember Flores? Okay. Motion passes 5-2 with Councilmember Flores and Ortiz voting in opposition.
Thank you. Thank you, Council. We will now move to Mayor and City Council updates. Councilmember Ibarra, do you have any updates?
Yes, I also attended the Mount Vernon Bridge, but after the fact, I was at work, so I went real quick for my lunch break. It was very nice to see 5 years of the bridge not functioning, and now our local businesses along that corridor can finally have more traffic coming into their stores. So I'm very proud of our city. It was 5 years. It was a lot of funding efforts that we did out there, but it got done. Also, I have attended the continuum of care meetings and the regional board meetings for homelessness. And something that was very impactful that the public should know, we had a presentation by the Housing Authority. They're at risk of losing voucher assistance for 400 plus families. They spent about $8 million on housing 400 families. And I want to make a call there for, for us as legislators, for our city to help fund, help keep those families in homes, not only here in the city of San Bernardino, but the whole county of San Bernardino. So it's pretty impactful when you realize it averages out to $1,500 per family per month just to have them housed in our city. So something I want to put out there. Anybody out here that works with other legislators, please put the word out there that the Housing Authority is at risk of losing vouchers for 400 plus families by next year because of HUD cutting their funding. So that was very impactful, and just wanted to share that to the public. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilmember Canas.
So I would like to congratulate my fellow colleague, Theodore Sanchez, on his recent appointment at the San Bernardino International Airport Authority Board. We had 3 new board members selected. We had a mayor of Highland, Penny Lilburn, as well as our county supervisor, Joe Baca Jr. Mayor Lilburn is now serving as our SBCC president, and County Supervisor Joe Baca Jr. as our vice president, and our fellow councilman Theodore Sanchez as our secretary. There's some really exciting things going on. I know that he'll probably share as our next meeting. Our airport is one of the many assets that we do have in the city of San Bernardino. I really look forward to our goal setting and our strategic planning so that we can really have that collaborative discussion on how we can begin to leverage these opportunities and assets that we do have in our city. So that's an exciting one, and I'm very proud to be part of that board. I have been trying to really be a bridge between our local university as a Fifth Ward resident growing up in Fifth Ward. I've been there since '84. I will say it's never really felt like a college town. So I've been really intentional on trying to bring the community into the college and the college out into the community. So I've been having regular meetings, and I also want to just invite the community to support our local Coyotes at CSUSB. I know some of us here are graduates and attended Cal State San Bernardino. So they are opening up their seasons. Women's soccer is starting. They will play at home against Concordia in Irvine this Saturday at 11 a.m. Men's soccer is also starting. They do have away games, but we do want to support them. The men's soccer is being led by senior captain Tony Negrete, and the women's soccer team is being led by senior Bella Cervantes. So hopefully we can attend some of those home games. You can catch their schedules on their website. Again, I encourage all of our residents to support our local university and our sports teams. This Saturday also, they will be hosting the Lone Home Cross Country Meet, and it's called the Coyote Classic. Another exciting thing, and this is part of Councilwoman Abora's ward, they are currently utilizing Fiscalini Field and will be hosting the Baseball Classic, which is a pretty big college baseball tournament. It'll be coming to our city, so that's pretty cool that we will be the host of that for 2026, and that's another opportunity that hopefully we can leverage for the city of San Bernardino. I'd like to give a big shout out to Cesar Chavez Middle School. They also kicked off their volleyball season, both the girls and boys teams, and they both started off with strong wins. A very special shout out to the cutest little curly-headed boy, my son, who is on the volleyball team. What's amazing about San Bernardino City Unified School District, they give the children in our community opportunities to explore and do things that they otherwise would not be able to, including my baby, who is a product, and me, a product of San Bernardino City Unified. He never picked up a volleyball in his life, and now is starting on the volleyball team. So thank you, San Bernardino City. San Manuel Powwow is going to be starting September 19th. That will be hosted at Cal State San Bernardino, and that will be September 19th through the 21st. And then I will be hosting my next community meeting. That will be September 29th. And that's it for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilmember Sanchez?
I'm so sorry. And just one more thing I just want to add to all of my colleagues. I always say this, and I will repeat it. There will never just be one hero of the city of San Bernardino. It really is going to take a collaborative effort, all of us unifying and joining to really, truly rebuild San Bernardino and change the trajectory of this city. I encourage us all, and I mean this sincerely. My phone is always open, and I will always be amenable to working with any person here on this dais to truly move the city of San Bernardino forward. That's my commitment, not just to you guys, but my commitment to the city of San Bernardino. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilmember Sanchez?
Well, I'd like to acknowledge what words of wisdom my colleague, Councilmember Canas, just said. That is something we should all try to live by. I also want to thank her for acknowledging that I am now a secretary on the airport board. It's a position that I covet and that I'm very proud of. And there's a lot of good things happening. The airport is growing, and I'm looking forward to being there for a while longer and seeing it grow more. I was able to attend the Mount Vernon Bridge grand opening, and it was a very, very special day. I live just a couple blocks from there, and the excitement was palpable at 5 in the morning. There was traffic. The car clubs were already there lining up. It was a really special day. And my mom always says that when there's a light sprinkle on a day like that, it's God's blessing on that day's events. And I really think it was. That bridge will serve the West Side communities for the next 100 years. And it is also, and I've said this many times, the biggest public works project in the history of the city. That is a major milestone. So now the next thing I have is I just received information right outside walking in here that the Animal Services Department is hosting an adoption day event. It's Choose to Adopt, and that is going to be at the Choose Gym in San Bernardino, address 1585 East Highland Avenue, and that will be Saturday, September 13th from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. So come adopt a pet. These beautiful little creatures can definitely brighten your daily life. I have a little 8-pound dog that thinks it's 100 pounds. Belka is probably at home watching me on TV right now. Yeah, it's a great event. So if you already have a pet and you can't take any more in, maybe you want to pass this information off to someone else who might be looking for a pet themselves. Thanks.
Thank you, Councilmember. Councilmember Ortiz?
Thank you. So I attended both of the Love Your Block launches for the Campo Santo Cemetery with the mayor and Councilman Flores, and that was just beautiful. The mural out there is really, really great. I think there's an opportunity for some improvements at the cemetery, and then a little like block library and dog cleanup stations off the corner of Pacific and Central, again with the mayor and Councilman Flores, and that was really cool. So if you're looking for little books to read, you can definitely stop by there, swap, and enjoy that. And then attended the Guadalupe Field Pony League rehabilitation. That's awesome. And there's so much history in our city regarding baseball and pony leagues. And a big shout out to the Avila family, because every time we hang out, I hear all the old stories of all the old players. So it was very, very cool. And then I had a community meeting regarding immigration issues, and I definitely want to make sure that we follow up the concerns regarding face coverings and identification for anybody that is presenting as police. I don't have all the answers, but I am going to meet with the city manager over that. Just appreciate that there is the Bebop Center is going to be doing their entrepreneurial pitches coming up, and great asset to our community. I think there's a heart and a spirit in making sure that the small business owners are supported everywhere that we go. And so I truly appreciate that. And I know for some of you that are blowing up my phone right now, you're not happy. But look, progress takes time. Change is slow, and sometimes it's politics as usual. But let's see where we're at in October. Don't lose hope today. And we have other meetings to attend to. So I'll get back to you all on Facebook later. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Mayor Pro Tem?
Thank you, Mayor. I, as much like everybody else, was able to attend the Mount Vernon Bridge grand opening, the ceremony there as well. And I know that the comment was made that it was the most expensive public works project, but I think it might have been the 215 freeway at that time. But you know what? Here's the difference. The 215 freeway originally was created to separate communities historically, right? And this bridge was created to unite communities. And so for a few years, we were disconnected. And so it was really great to connect those two communities that were separated by, for a few years. And thank you to former mayors and council members who supported this, because this didn't just happen overnight. This is years of work and support that went into it. All the various agencies from SBCTA, state, county, city, a big thank you to all of you. But again, it might not have been the most expensive, but I think it's the most expensive one that united, well, with the exception of the newer 215 freeway, but it was certainly great to be there with everybody as well. And I know it was mentioned earlier, but the futsal grand opening, ribbon cutting will be Tuesday, September 9th at 5 p.m. at Lytle Creek Park. I know that Councilmember Sanchez and I have greatly supported this project years ago. It feels like a very long time ago now, and it's finally here. And so I certainly appreciate your support with that project as well, as with many others also. But please come out as we do ribbon cutting at Lytle Creek Park for that project also. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Councilmember Flores?
Thank you, Mayor. Also attended the grand opening of the Mount Vernon Bridge. It was an incredible event, being out with community. It's long awaited, and just being able to drive over that bridge. And I still find myself every day, like, I don't know where I'm going, but I at least make sure to go over the bridge. And then Love Your Block events this past Saturday, I was able to attend those, and also the Guadalupe Field ribbon cutting. I want to shout out the Parks Department for that, long time coming for that park. I know that league is going to be extremely happy to be playing on that field. This upcoming September 8th, Monday at the Northwest PAC, as mentioned previously before in the city manager's updates, we'll be having at the Northwest PAC, we'll be having the baseline corridor safety talk, just to put it in simple terms. So it'll be at the 6th Ward on, I believe, 1505 West Highland Avenue, and look forward to seeing everyone there and share their input. Thank you, that's all.
Thank you, Councilmember. Councilmember Charette.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm just going to announce that I, too, as has been said before, attended the bridge opening, and that's a great milestone here in San Bernardino. I was pleased to be there with all my colleagues as well as the entire community, and it seemed like the entire community was there. All that's been said about it tonight, about the palpable feeling of excitement and what have you, was certainly there, even on a little bit of a rainy day. So I was pleased to be there. And congratulations to the city for getting that done and opening those two sides of the community back up and connecting them again. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember. I will provide some updates. I too just want to emphasize what a great success. The Mount Vernon Bridge opening was a huge success. I echo all of my colleagues here. And a huge shout out to the San Bernardino County Transportation Authority, made up of 27 cities in the County of San Bernardino, that really helped us get to the finish line with the closure of 5 years. And that was, I mean, with 5,000 attendees, plus attendees, it was a huge buzz in the city, still a buzz. And so let's continue to have that type of buzz throughout the city with future developments and all of those things throughout the city. And I just want to thank the staff too, and all of the energy and effort and hard work you poured into this. And so thank you, Council, for coming out to celebrate a huge event. I actually drove this morning, went to the Omnitrans board meeting, went from Omnitrans off 5th Street and took the Mount Vernon Bridge to 2nd Street for the SBCTA board meeting. So it was a great shortcut instead of going through to the freeway. So it was very quick. So it's awesome. I attended the on August 25th with some of my colleagues here, the Sikkim versus Lopez reenactment. That was very, very powerful and enlightening to understand the history of the city of San Bernardino. And for those who have not seen a reenactment, I encourage you to just understand more about what the community has gone through and seen. And it really helps us to make informed decisions as we move forward with the city. On August 30th, attended with my colleagues to the Love Your Block, Campo Santo Cemetery, and also the Pacific Street, where they had the, what is that where you use for your pets?
The poop station?
The poop. The dog poop station, and there was a library book off of that street. It was, honestly, the residents were so proud, and the pride that came with that as another recipient of the Love Your Block grant. So again, that was beautiful to see. And I mentioned I attended the Omnitrans and the San Bernardino County Transportation Authority board meetings. I want to mention this Saturday there is a planting ceremony honoring the late Dr. Ernie Garcia at 536 West 11th Street, and that is at 10:30 a.m. or 10 to 12 p.m. This Saturday. There's also the Grandparents' Day hosted by our Parks Department, and that is from 12 to 5 p.m. at the Paris Hill Senior Center so they will have complimentary family-friendly event. We'll have lunch and all of those things to bring grandparents, celebrating grandparents. I know my parents are proud grandparents, and so if there are families who want to come out to Grandparents' Day celebration. There is also on September 16th, the 204th anniversary of independence of Guatemala. We have a, thank you. Thank you, Councilmember Sanchez. Guatemala Consulate right here at 330 North D Street, if you are available. That is on September 16th. We also have September 20th, Miss and Mr. Cardinal at the San Bernardino High School. If you are able to attend, that is at 1850 East Street. And that is all for my update. So thank you very much, everyone. We are going to now adjourn the meeting at 7:03 p.m. The next joint regular meeting of the Mayor and City Council and the Mayor and City Council acting as the successor agency to the Redevelopment Agency, and the Mayor and City Council acting as the San Bernardino City Housing Authority, and Mayor and City Council of the City of San Bernardino acting as the San Bernardino Joint Powers Finance Authority, will adjourn to the regular meeting to be held on, got to make sure I have a quorum here. Okay. To adjourn the regular meeting to be held on September 17th, 2025 at the Feldheim Central Library located at 555 West 6th Street, San Bernardino, California, 92410. Closed session will begin at 4 p.m. and open session at 5 p.m. Good night, everyone, and thank you to all.